Bubble lights. They are perfect for Halloween. They're festive. They're hypnotic. And let's face it, they're just a little bit weird. August Mergelman here, and my designs are available at augustmergelman.weebly.com. Designs will come to you as STL files, which are pretty standard. This is the Jack-o'-lantern family of 5, and they're a lot like regular jack-o'-lanterns in that their faces are carved and their personalities come shining through. It is the same with the black cat and the skull. Now, I don't know if you have tried to look for the black cat and the skull bubble lights on eBay or Amazon. They used to be available, but they're not even available anymore. Like, they are a thing of the past. Alas, poor Yurik. I call these tabletop bubble lights because they have to sit on a candelabra. And the choices for the candelabra are 1 socket, 3 sockets, and 5 sockets. You can also get up to 7, but 7 gets pretty big. Just to be clear, I do not provide any objects myself. I only provide the designs. So you can print any of these designs yourself on your 3D printer, or you can send away for them. And if you do send away, I recommend CraftCloud. This is an online service that can connect you with a printer who can handle your project. And this project is a little bit tricky, so you might want to consider sending away for it. Here's what makes it tricky. The pieces have to be printed in heat-resistant filament. And the choices there are polycarbonate and GreenTech Pro. I have these jack-o'-lanterns printed in black polycarbonate. I'm really happy with them. You can also get colors, but the colors do go up in price a little bit. And then I got the base in GreenTech Pro, and I'm really happy with the surface of it. The GreenTech Pro does not have a lot of color options. And to reiterate, if you were to print this in PLA, the PLA would not last. So it would melt and possibly be a fire hazard. You will need the old-fashioned bulbs for it. The old-fashioned Christmas bulbs. They have a lot of size names: C7, E12, candelabra base. You will also need a clip-in light. Those are pretty easy to find on either Amazon or eBay. This one has 1 socket. That's kind of associated with plastic Santa Clauses or plastic pumpkins. But you can get them with 3 sockets or 5 sockets. I do not think you can get them with 7 sockets, but with 7 sockets, you can get a regular string of lights. They just don't have the little wings, the little metal wings that clip in. So you will have to be crafty and figure out how you're going to get them to stay in place. Also, I do recommend the switch. That gives you some options. Here's a perk. You will get all of the options with your order. So you'll get all of the bubble light options, the black cat, the skull, all of the jack-o'-lanterns, as well as the candelabra options, the single, the trio, and the quintet. You'll also get the 7. There are 2 options for the candelabra. This one is rounded, so maybe it's an all seasons one that you can reuse later. And there's also the Gothic arch. With the Gothic arch, you will have holes in the screen there, so you'll fill that with either a piece that you print out or with another material. I'm not as worried about heat here because the heat is rising away from that part, but that is up to you. And here's a plus. You'll also get a pumpkin that is not a jack-o'-lantern, and you can carve the face yourself. I recommend you do that by uploading it in Tinkercad and playing around with it. Other programs work as well. I have tubes that bubble gracefully. They kind of undulate, and that's because I got them from Campbell Invent LLC. I recommend you go to the site, explore, see what's available. The other option for the tubes is to reclaim them from old lamps, but you'll have to be especially careful with that. You don't want to break the tubes. They are toxic. Now for the painting. When I originally put the bulbs in the sockets and lit them up to see what it was all about, I was disappointed in the intensity of the color, but it wasn't too big a deal. I just got some white acrylic paint and painted the insides, and I didn't spend a lot of time doing that because they're not really all that visible, and I decided to use white so that I'd have more options. It made a huge difference. The color coming through is much more intense because of that. I also painted the outsides, and I did not want to cover all of the black. I just wanted to provide some texture and color. I did it without priming because I wanted it to be a little watercolory. It worked out okay. I'm happy with it. But I do recommend priming because it took way too many coats. And I did have to spray this with polyurethane in order to get it to really stay. For the paint on the inside, make sure it's something that is not going to be toxic when it gets really hot, because it will get really hot. But the paint on the outside, I wasn't as worried about, but still, that's up to you. You can also use traditional bubble lights with these candelabra bases. These jack-o'-lanterns are available from Novelty Lights in Englewood, Colorado. I really like them because they're vibrant colors and they boil really quickly. The best thing is that they come packed really, really well. They'll never break when they're in storage. If you print one of these designs or several of them, send me some pictures and let me know what you did with them. Until then, happy haunting.